Welcome to Rise and Shine Daily Business Tech Boost with me, Charly Leetham. If you're a small business owner looking to simplify technology and get real, actionable advice from someone with 35 years of IT experience, you're in the right place. Every episode, I'll dive into tools and systems like email, CRM, marketing and tracking, and break them down into bite-sized tips you can use right away. Your time is valuable, so let's get straight to the point. It's time to work smarter, not harder. Rise and shine, it's your daily dose of business tech inspiration with me, Charly Leetham. G'day guys. Episode number 370, we are going to be talking about penetration testing and how it helps strengthen your security. First of all, let's talk about what penetration testing actually is and why it's important. And then we'll talk about how it can, why it's important. We'll talk about how it strengthens your security. Penetration testing is simulated attacks on your infrastructure to determine where you have holes or vulnerabilities in your systems. Now, please notice I didn't say just on your IT systems. I said on your systems. Penetration testing, so many people when they think of penetration testing think, oh, you're just going to attack my network and see if you can get into my computers and get through my firewalls and get into my email and all of those sorts of things. Well, yes, that is what we're going to try and do. That is what penetration testing tries to do. But it's not just that. It's not just limited to that. It also has that social engineering component to it too. So it's not just having someone throw lots of data at your network, try and hack passwords, try and break through your firewalls, find the holes in your firewalls and see if they can exploit those. It's also about what is the human component of your business doing, because social engineering forms such a big part of that. If you want to hack a password, if you go back a couple of episodes, I've spoken about social engineering and how easy it is just to get enough information together to determine what passwords might be or what answers to security questions might be. As simple as, excuse me, sorry. As simple as picking up the phone and ringing and saying, hey, what email address does your CEO have? And being able to use your CEO's email address to try and access systems. So penetration testing is about looking at the system in a holistic fashion and then simulating an attack on your system based on all of those considerations. If you want to do penetration testing, and honestly, if you are an organization that's got more than 5 or 6 employees, I'd actually recommend you do even just a mini type attack, like mini type test to see where it's at. But if you want to do it, you do need to contact a cybersecurity firm to help you do it and make sure it's a reputable one. Don't just go on the internet and find the cheapest guy you can find. Maybe they're okay, but I would also be talking to people within your sphere and like your own IT people and say, who would we use to do this? Who would we use to test our systems? Who do you know? And make sure that they're reputable. Make sure that they have they have credentials and standing within the organization. Too easy it would be to go out and say, oh, look, there's this guy on this internet, he's charging $10 to do a pen test. Yeah, he's probably charging $10 to do a pen test for a good reason, and that's because he's going to use all of that information to hack you later, and you're paying him to find it all out. So just be careful, but cybersecurity firms are definitely a good way of doing this, and they have got the tools to do a complete plan. They should come to you and say, here's the plan, here's what we're going to be testing, here's the reports you're going to get, and we'll give you some recommendations afterwards on how you can improve your security. So how and when to perform penetration testings? Well, frequency Frequently is a good one. Like I said, if you're an organization that's more than 5 or 6 people, you probably have a good enough budget, a reasonable enough budget to cover a pen test. If you're a smaller organization, like your sole operator, you might need to consider that and look at it. But absolutely, I think that everyone should do at least one pen test a year to check your systems out. Maybe 2. I would prefer you did at least 2, but every 6 months is probably a good idea. If you go any longer, 12 months, I wouldn't go any longer than 12 months. The industry and the environment changes too quickly to leave it that much longer. In terms of the scope of testing, things that you'll want to check, if you're a single operator, yeah, you probably want to do some social engineering, but it would be a different type of social engineering than you would do if you've got more than one person, or more than 3 or 4 people even. You certainly want to get someone to check your network, access to your computer. Can you actually get into my computer? Can you get into my home network? Can you get into my email? Can you access my documents online? If you ask me for information and see how far you can get into my network and make recommendations based on that. So that, yeah, do that at least once a year, if not twice a year. I'm not sure you need to do it more than twice a year. These are normally fairly intensive tests, and they take a bit to do. Once you have those results, though, you do need to action them. If you are dealing with a reputable cybersecurity firm, they will give you a recommendation sheet, and they should have them broken down into red, amber, and green recommendations. Red ones are high, medium, low priorities, basically. High or red is these are things that you're really at risk at. You need to have that tied down. You need to action these immediately. Medium are ones that you should be actioning. You can maybe put them off a little. Maybe there's other ways around doing it, but they should be done. And green are ones that, well, yeah, if you did them, you'll get a small benefit, but you're not really at risk because of them. Now, again, it comes down to your risk management policy. How do you want to manage that risk associated with those recommendations? But once you get the results, you do need to action them. Don't just put them in the drawer and say, look, I've done a pen test. Well done. Fantastic. That's a great step. Now go the next step and actually action the recommendations that come from that. Alrighty, so pen testing is a good one. It's not something that you do often, but it's something you should do. What is it I haven't discussed in this video that you would love for me to dig down a little bit further on? What is it you're currently doing? Do you currently do these types of simulated tests, and what sort of results have you had if you have done them? Leave comments wherever you are watching or listening to this video. You can come and join me on my locals community, askcharlyleetham.locals.com, and join the conversation there. You can send me a DM on any of our social media channels and I will respond eventually. Apart from that, if you could remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell, that would be fantastic. Tomorrow we are going to delve a little deeper into looking at remote work environments and seeing how we can secure them. I know I've done a little bit on that before. We're going to do a little bit more tomorrow. See you tomorrow, guys. Bye. Hey there, thanks so much for tuning in to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost. I hope today's episode gave you some actionable insights that will make your business tech work smarter for you. If you found value, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other small business owners who could use a daily boost. For more tips, tools, and resources, visit www.askcharlyleetham.com. Until next time, keep rising, keep shining, and let's make tech simple together.